Have you ever drawn a character and thought to yourself, this is weird. Why do they look exactly the same as this character? And then tried to fix it, but you haven't really gotten anywhere? Well, fear no more, because I, Will, the absolute master at drawing different faces, will help you. Will help you. First of all, what is same face syndrome? An artist who has same face syndrome repeatedly draws the same face on every character they draw, says Urban Dictionary. It's a pretty simple definition, but I'd argue that it's not necessarily the exact same face, but just very similar faces in most cases. So how do we fix it? Well, there's a couple things that make up a face, and therefore it's not actually that complicated to get a face to look different. However, this will vary wildly for different art styles. Art styles play a huge role in this topic, so I would suggest having references of faces drawn in art styles that you personally like. I'm going to be focusing on a more semi-realistic style, since that's how I draw, but it can be applied to whatever art style you want to use. Let's look at each individual part first. The face shape. This is probably the most ignored part of the face, even though it's so essential. There's two main components to this, face roundness and length. For cartoony styles, you can absolutely go crazy with it. I think there is no shape that hasn't been used for a face yet. For semi-realism, it's a bit more complicated. The main points to focus on are the brow bone, the cheekbone, the jawline, and the chin. The more they protrude forward, be it because of a strong bone structure or low body fat, the more angular a face will look. You can make the chin protrude forward or push it back. You can have very pronounced cheekbones or very subtle ones. You can have a strong brow bone or none. Same goes for the jawline. Castlevania has to be one of my favorite semi-realistic styles in animation. They pull off faces so well, it's amazing. And of course, feel free to look at real-life references too. Moving on to the most neglected part in anime, the nose. If you draw in a classic anime style, you probably draw most noses as a dot or a triangle, and that is totally fine. The face has many components, so it doesn't hurt to leave out one. But for semi-realism, I think this is the part that can make your character stand out. Is your character a sweet lad or lady? Give them a soft round nose. Are they a strong but bull-headed person? Give them a broad nose with a big bridge. Are they an absolute a-hole? Give them a pointy nose that can stab people. You can do so much with noses. Make them long, make them short, make them broad, make them slim, make them edgy, make them soft, make them point up or down. Give them a bump, or make the bridge disappear. You can look at The Last Airbender and Legend of Korra characters for this one. Unlike noses, eyes have been hyped up ever since the era of anime and manga. They come in all shapes and sizes now, and for good reason. The eyes let you see into the soul of a character. You can change the size of the eyes. Big round eyes for a cutesy look, slim sharp eyes for a more mature look. But here's the magic trick that can give your characters that extra bit of personality. Tilt. You can have the exact same eye shape on a character, but if you push up the inner edge of the eye and push the outer edge down, it looks completely different. Droopy eyes will have a sad look, while eyes that point up will look mysterious or angry. You can also add eyelids and mess with eyeliner and lashes for more distinction. And then of course the iris. Besides you being able to change the color of it, you can also mess with the shape and size. Generally, if the iris doesn't touch the lower lid, your character will look like something is wrong with them, which is totally a good thing. You can make them look unhinged, crazy, or just very tired. If you make their upper lid cover a portion of the iris, they can look annoyed or flirty. And if you just make the iris bigger, they will look cute. On top of that, you can also give them an interesting pupil. To sum it up, a big iris is cute and a small or slitted one is scary. And don't forget the highlights. Mess around and see what you like, or leave them out if you want your character to look dead inside. Eyebrows can only be one thin line, but they can also be so much more. Thick, thin, long, short, they come in all shapes. Make them straight, make them curved, make them have an edge, give them an arc, and a cut, or two, or three. Again, the placement on the forehead and the tilt can play a huge role. Place them low and tilt them down, angry. Tilt them up, sad. Place them high, flirty, or surprised. You can pretty much look at any of the mentioned shows or games for eyebrows, as well as real life, of course. Saving the hardest part for almost last, because the mouth can be a bit more complex due to the many movements it can perform. Generally, you mostly want to mess around with the size of the mouth and the lips, though the shape of the lips also plays a role depending on how detailed your style is. You can have thin lips or thicker ones. You can also change the upper and lower lip sizes separately from each other. You can make them sharp or round, or get rid of the cupid's bow. You can give them lipstick. You can also give them specific teeth. You can make them crooked, sharp, give them a golden tooth, or even have one missing. And then you can try to experiment with how it looks while talking, grinning, etc. Use real-life reference for that. You can even use pictures of yourself. For the mouth, I can't think of examples for reference off the top of my head, so you guys can write your ideas in the comments. As always, real-life reference will suffice. Now that we got all of the parts settled, let's put them together. As a rule of thumb, the eyes will sit in the middle of the length of the head. The nose will sit at half of the distance from the eyes to the chin, and the mouth will sit in the middle of the nose and the chin. But we're not done yet, because we can change the height and size of each of the parts to manipulate the vibe that the face will have. The most effective way to do this is to change the distance between brows, eyes, nose, and mouth. For younger people and cute characters, they will generally stay closer together. For older, handsome, or mysterious faces, you can leave longer distances. Hold on, we're not done yet. We have a unique face now, but if you want to, you can add additional details. These include, but are not limited to, wrinkles, freckles, moles, scars, band-aids, tattoos, patterns, glasses, eye patches, or piercings. Be careful with this and don't add too many, because otherwise your character will look a little too special. And now we're done. There's a couple things that I didn't touch in this video, like the side view or hair, and that's because I already knew this video was gonna be pretty long. If you would like for me to cover these or other art-related topics in future videos, please let me know in the comments and leave a like. And subscribe if you don't want to miss more content like this. Thank you for watching. Will out.